What's up, Hot Rod City? I'm in the garage today working on the crap Camaro. Never had this thing, didn't have this thing in the air, so I really didn't know how extensive the damage was. Given the fact of where it's rusted out, I actually expected the damage to be a lot worse than it was. Granted, for the car body itself. I got one little hole in the passenger side floorboard, even though the carpet is completely soaked everywhere. I was underneath of it looking at her tech. I was trying to clean and rip some of that out last night. Found out how bad this core support is. There's no fixing it. It's completely rotted out. So, there's been debate on doing a front end swap to like a 70, 71, 72, 73 split bumper RS. And it's about $2,500 in brand new parts. I'm not in any rush for this car. The only reason it's in here is, one, I wanted to see how bad the damage was to see if it's worth keeping it in the yard or not. Two, I need the motor out of it. It is a 305. I'm actually taking the built 350 that's in the V8 Subaru out and putting this 305 in it. That built 350 will just tear that car to shreds between the trans or the rear or anything like that. And, with this 175, 180 horsepower that's marketed, I'm just going to have something that makes noise and is fun to drive, hopefully, and I don't tear it up too bad. So, or at least get a little fun out of it, get to drive it, for a couple of days before I hand grenade something on it. So that's where the 305 is going. I'm taking everything, HEI, I'm going to use this carburetor and everything. This car here actually has quite a bit of drag racing pedigree. I did a bit of automotive archaeology when I was cleaning it out last night. Bless you. So I found all these in the glove box. Well, aside for some of those baby pictures, but we're gonna look into those later. So these are all time slips. These are handwritten time slips. They were in a glove box. This is about half of what I found. The other half was completely chewed up by mice to the point where I can't. It's barely. But this thing has been to drag tracks that are no longer even open. There are like Colonial Beaches in here, Capitol Dragway, there's one or two in Pennsylvania, Mason-Dixon Dragway, MIR, which is the local one for here, and it's just, which gives us a cool base time. So I have a few here that are basically 1750 is what this car ran. This is actually a woman-owned car too, which just makes it even more awesome. So she actually kept up on the maintenance and everything else. So, Mason-Dixon Dragway, the maintenance schedule. She's got original stickers from Maryland International Raceway from 1982. Same year I was born. So, clean the trunk out, the floor pan where it dips down the opposite side of the spare tire is so far rotten that it actually rotted through the gas tank. The bottom of the fenders are done. So I was almost kind of giving up hope until I got online yesterday and found something. What is better than having one crap Camaro? Having two crap Camaros. I actually got this car from a high school vocational teacher. Picked this up this morning. First, I was a little reluctant to give him the $500 asking price. But after he brought all the kids out, and they lifted the whole rear of the car and shoved it onto the car trailer, I wasn't going to argue with that price. So the reason why they shoved it is because the rear sits here. These wheels are just sitting here just to make it look halfway neat. But this thing has an immaculate core support. The fenders have a slight bit of rust on the bottom, but it's very, very repairable. Cowl hood goobered up, but a little bit of proper body work. We'll have a nice cowl hood for this thing. And one of the things too I'm going to rob is this very solid roof skin, because mine, from just sitting there, the roof skin is no good. So, and there's just an extra set of tail lights, extra spoiler, and these wheels. I'm in love, well, at least with the rear wheels. The front ones I think they're called Telestar, not Telestars, Lakester. They're Lakester wheels, but they take old school shank lug nuts, even though they're billet aluminum or block aluminum. And the rear are billet as well, and they are Telestars, which are some of my favorite wheels. It has, somebody threw some Camaro Cavalier seats in it, and it's got 2 drag racing shifters, which those aren't really, the 2 that are in it aren't really my style. I really like a ratchet shifter, so that's what I'm going to stick with if I keep it automatic. My plan is to put a stick shift in it at some point whenever I come across the trans. So it's got like a Grant steering wheel, and it's got a big 5-inch monster tack, but no paperwork. So what I'm doing is I'm robbing this thing for everything it's worth. The roof skin, the hood, the front fenders. I'm actually even going to take the front subframe. This thing has subframe connectors on it. It even came with a set of, ooh, they're stuck under the rear, traction bars. It has subframe connectors that I'm going to rob too. I know these as traction bars, most of you do. He told me they were slapper bars. So, make of it what you will. So, one of the things I got planned is I'm literally just going to strip it for everything I can, and then it's gone. But the subframe, I'm going to pull that out after I pull the motor and trans out of this Camaro. And then what I'm going to do is rob the subframe out from underneath of it and just bring it in, or power wash it, and just start rebuilding it. That way the whole front end is rebuilt. Because like I got a coil spring that's broke on the one side. This way when I'm ready to do whatever I'm going to do, I can undo the subframe, which needs new body mounts anyway, whenever we actually do kick the crap Camaro project off. So, but like I said, I'm robbing the motor we're going to put in this V8 Subaru. So, if we put this door down, I can show you how bad this rust is in this. So, as you can see straight from the floor as soon as the door clears. And there you go. That is gone. So it actually goes straight into the gas tank. So, but that car is a good gas tank too. So, and I initially paid $700 for the crap Camaro. I paid $500 for that one. So I definitely got enough. I definitely have enough between the two to make something. Aside from a drivetrain, that's just because, I mean, I already have a drivetrain here. With the exception of, depends on what I'm gonna do with the trans. I have turbo 350 here, trans, $700 trans, but I really want to put a T56 transmission in this Camaro. So make it real fun to drive and do donuts and burnouts and drift it and all that fun, senseless nonsense. So, I even found like this plastic cup in there from McDonald's. It's plastic. Well, I just broke it plastic. It says super size. So, when we get this thing in the air, start draining fluids and go ahead and pull this drivetrain out. So